Okay, thanks for joining the Twincast. It's the podcast where business and faith are our foundation, and a good laugh is always on the house.
We're identical twin sisters navigating the real estate world one deal at a time. I'm Cherie, your go-to lender, helping you with all things finance.
And I'm Nicole, your favorite realtor, helping you find the perfect place to call home.
The Twincast starts now.
All right, so let's jump into it. What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about why buyers say we're just looking.
The infamous phrase, we're just looking. You go up to Dillard's and you got people coming up to you asking you're been there for 30 minutes and people are saying,
They're
"What
like sharks.
how can I help you?" And what do you say?
I'm just looking because I'm in fear that if I say anything other than that, they're going to
What are
make
they going to do?
they're going to make me buy 5 pairs of shoes.
Make you.
Yes.
You love to do that.
I
That's a
mean, but
dream
I
for
don't,
you.
but I don't want to. Sometimes I go in there in search for one pair of shoes, but then they
You get
talk to,
attacked.
yes, and they smell blood and they feel like you might be a nice person. And next thing you know, you're buying 10 pairs of shoes. You only came in for five.
Happens to you all the time.
Yes, it happens to me, but I've learned a few things. But this is not about me, Nicole. This is
Sorry.
more about you
Okay.
and how you
Yes.
what happens when people I mean you get a call and or
Yeah.
perhaps they're just driving down the street and
Driving down the
they
street. They
see
see
your
my sign.
sign
Hmm.
and you get the phone call and then tell me how it plays out.
It says,
It
it,
says,
it says,
not it says.
it says, okay, so they're driving down the
Hmm.
street. They see my sign and they're like, they call my number.
Yes.
I'm happy to answer.
Every
Nice,
time.
happy, nice, polite, kind, all the things.
Hmm.
And, I start to ask just a few questions and then immediately roadblock.
We're just looking. Yes. Why?
I fear they're in fear
Yes.
because they are thinking that, you know, um, possibly they may be pressured into buying a home. But the fact of the matter is that my objective is not to pressure you to buy a home. It's only to find out what it is that you're looking for. And I tell my clients, whether you're buying today or 3 months from now, 2 years from now, I've been in this industry for 13 years in March. So I'm not going anywhere, and I'm happy to help you wherever you are, whenever you decide to do it. And it's a process. So I'm not going to pressure you to buy a home that day, but I do want to get the questions answered, and I do want to find out what it is that you're looking for, because if that perfect home does come up,
Mhm.
because that's why you're looking. You're
Right.
not just looking, you're looking for the perfect home.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't go into a car dealership, a Dillard's, a mall, anywhere just randomly. Just that doesn't usually happen. You're going there for a
Every time,
purpose.
every time I go into a car dealership,
You buy a car.
every time.
I mean, I mean, it's true. You go there for a reason. And so when you say you're just looking, it's you may be looking, but there is something you're looking for. So, I mean, that is our goal is for us to help you find what you're looking for. The right salesman is not going to make you feel pressured about that. They're going to listen to what you're needing so that they can help solve your problem. That's what they're there to do is to solve your problem. If you're homeless, we want to find your home, right?
Well, yeah, and I think the main thing to keep in mind is just be open-minded. Our objective is to help any sales agent. Now, I think it's a perfect opportunity for you as a consumer to turn that around and maybe ask a few questions yourself, like how long have you been in this industry? Why are you in this industry? You know,
Hmm.
ask as a consumer, you have the right to ask those questions as well, and be comfortable. If you're comfortable with that person, then proceed with letting them ask you questions. And it's a ping pong back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think the objective and the main thing really to keep in mind is just being open minded, because that person on the other end, if they are a professional in the field, their objective is to help you, not to make a sale. The objective is, I mean, that of course is the end result, maybe,
Hmm.
but it is not, my objective is never just to pressure you into buying a home. It is
No.
only to find out what it is that you're looking for and how I can help.
Yeah, that's the I mean the biggest part there because otherwise it's not going to feel like a sell. It's going to feel like she helped me. She helped me buy the house that I was looking for. And I don't know how many conversations I've heard where Nicole's, answers the phone and, the buyer, she just starts asking a question and they immediately it's like I'm just looking. I'm just looking. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, chill. And then she tells them, listen, I'm just asking a few questions. And it's almost like a sigh of relief happens because then they get to hear, okay, she's human. She's not really just trying to make a sale as they may have heard before, because a lot of times people make phone calls and they're like, well, I just want to see a house and I'm just going to go. I just want to go see a house today at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I mean, I get calls at 9 o'clock. I mean, it's kind of crazy that people expect that we can just go open a door and show houses at 9 o'clock at night. I don't know where. I don't know how this happens.
Not here.
It doesn't, not a professional, anyways.
Mm-mm.
So I think that maybe those kind of phone calls begin because they maybe have had a bad, situation with other people. But it's because I believe Nicole does ask these questions that she kind of takes the guard and brings a different perspective. And after she starts listening, after y'all exchange, back and forth, because really it's just a conversation. Like, just have an honest conversation. Have an honest conversation with the real estate agent or whatever professional that you're looking for, whether that's cars or any type of sales, because I feel like that's when I'm just
That
looking.
question, I mean, that
Yes,
answer is always when
yes,
you're,
in sales, like in
mhm.
some type of sales situation. So just have the conversation with the person that is asking you the questions, and back and forth, like you said, ping pong, and then understand if you're comfortable, and if you're not comfortable, find the next person, but allow them the opportunity to serve you. I mean, and that's really what we want to do, is just serve you. We want to serve you because that's our heart.
Mhm. So true. So I think the biggest people have their fear. What do you think? I think that their biggest fear is probably maybe credit score or questions about credit or maybe
How to do it, or I don't even know where to begin. And so, if you don't know where to begin, tell your agent that, listen, there is not a story. I mean,
don't
there's,
say that.
I mean, that's what
Don't
I
say
do.
that.
I do love real estate because there's always something different, right?
I learned to never say never. Every time I say never, 13 years I never, and then next thing you never came walking in the door. So
Okay, well, we'll say that, but we're open to hear your
I mean,
story.
because we've been in the position, we've made bad choices, we've had bad credit, we've
Mhm.
made things we wished we would have done
Right.
differently. So we've learned, we've grown, and we'd love to provide that information and share it with someone that doesn't know, to
Yeah.
educate them through the process. And that's just, that's
No
simply
skin
put.
off of your back if you just tell us your story, and you tell us a story and we'll advise you of what needs to be done, because I promise we have maybe not heard your exact story, but we've heard something similar and we can guide you. And if we don't know the answer, crap, we'll find out.
That's the thing, and I tell people, when I first started real estate, Jesse would say, you know what? You're not going to know all the answers. People are going to walk through houses. You're not going to know the answers to the questions, but don't ever answer the question if you don't know the answer. Say you don't know, but you'll find out.
I can respect somebody that says, I don't know. Now, you can't say I don't know about everything,
Mm,
but
mm,
because some of this is going to be, you're going to have to do your research and know your profession
mm.
to an extent. So sometimes when you say I don't know, it's not a bad thing. And getting an answer quickly and turning
Yeah.
it around, and if you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say, hey, I don't know, but I'll give you an answer in a couple hours, 24 hours, whatever the time frame, just deliver. I
Well, it's
mean,
a lot easier to say, I don't know, but I'll find out
yes.
than to perhaps give the wrong square footage or wrong property lines or,
Right.
wrong interest rate or something like that. I mean, how do you come back from those things?
It's hard, and it's not without, you don't have to make too many of those conversations, calls, and eating your words before you realize, like, you don't mess around. You don't mess around with numbers. You do not, if you don't know, you don't know. And because it's hard to take it back. People take you for your word, and they should, because you are a professional and you're getting paid to do a service. And so you should do that with the utmost integrity and professionalism, and you should take it seriously. If you don't know the answer, say you don't know the answer and get them an answer and be right. My God.
And be right.
Be right,
If
my
you
God.
take 2 days, be right when your answer comes out.
The least you can do is be right when you do have the answer. But and people respect that. I mean, I know that I've asked questions to people, and when they say I don't know, I'm human too. I don't know all the answers, so I'm okay with that. I don't know, but I'll get you an answer, Miss Walters. Okay, sounds good to me. I'll be waiting.
And she does.
Yes, yes, I do. And so if you have a fear about credit, if you have a fear about income, I'm self-employed, I don't know what to do, and you don't want to answer those questions, that's not fair for you or for the person that's trying to help you because in order to get the house that you're looking for, you have to have all those questions. So you might as well just tell us what's going on so that we can
Just put
direct
it
you.
out there on the table
Yeah.
and we'll be happy to help. As a consumer, again, you have the ability to choose whoever you want. But I would say just, again, be open minded through the process. Do your due diligence when it comes to looking for an agent, lender. Do your due diligence. Ask those people questions. We're going to ask questions. Be open minded to the process. Let us help, and you'll help us by helping you.
Yeah. And then you'll feel excited about.
Yeah, because it's an amazing experience going to look for a home. And actually, I mean, there's been so many people that I've helped in a client just recently where they felt like they couldn't do it. Maybe someone told them no, or they weren't educated about the
Mhm.
process. But they felt like a weight was lifted off their shoulder after they just said, hey, well, this happened and that happened. And then, well, that's not a big deal. We can navigate through that now that we know that. Now, I don't know if that information was provided to the previous people, but you can provide the information up front and don't be shy about it. Just say, hey, I made some bad credit choices. I
Ain't
let
no
something
shame.
go. Yeah, it
Ain't
is.
no shame in your game. Don't be don't be afraid of it because like we said, we've already and most likely that real estate agent has if they have been in this business and had any type of clientele, they've had people that had bad credit, had credit challenges, had income challenges, had to
And
jump
they
over.
might be one
Yeah,
themselves.
they may not even own a home themselves. That could happen, and you could be,
That could happen.
yes.
But if it does,
If it does, we'll be able to help them because we're going to tell you this is what you do. We're going to steer you in the right direction. Hey, it's a conversation that we've had time and time again.
so
And
let this be a reminder. When you go to the store, or if you go looking for a house,
hmm
or if you're shopping for a car,
hmm
and someone says, can I help you? What are you looking for?
I need a 2025 Maserati.
What? So
No,
y'all know her number.
no, no, whatever it is, just know what you're looking for too. Sometimes if you don't know what you're looking for, that can be a disservice to you too. Like
That is.
I'm looking in Temple, Belton, Killeen, Copper's Cove, and if you find something in Waco, I might do it.
Don't do that.
That's not right. Narrow it down.
Hmm.
You know,
Have some zip codes,
have some
school
payment.
districts.
Even payment expectations. Hey, I need
Hmm.
my payment to be. Don't say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." It always
Of
matters.
course
I
it
don't
matters.
care if you're Donald Trump. I don't care who you are. Tesla guy, whatever is, whoever it is.
Elon.
Elon, yes, he has numbers too. He has budget. Believe me, those people know numbers too. So whoever you are, have a number and say, I want my payment to be, 2,000. I don't care if the payment's 5,000. Doesn't matter to me if it's, uh, you know, uh,
1200.
1,200. I think we had somebody today said 1,200. So listen, if that's your number, that's your number. And we're going to do our best to serve you, but we got to know the numbers before we can help you. So know what you're looking for so that we can help you, right?
Yep.
And I mean, I think that's really, don't be scared. If you're just looking, talk to the right people, and we'll get you from looking into a different category because it will get you to knowing what you're looking for. And here we go.
Amen.
Okay.
All right, so that's a wrap. If y'all love today's episode, like, subscribe, and share with someone you know.
If you have any questions about buying, selling, or you want to be on our show, just DM us. And remember, until next time,
Keep dreaming.
big, planning smart, and remember, with the right team, you'll hold the keys.